Welcome to this whistle-stop tour of some of the unique offerings here at the Museum of Freemasonry and Freemasons Hall. Here at the Museum of Freemasonry in the 3 Centuries Gallery, we like to start where the story began, with this fellow, the Goose and Gridiron. This is our pub sign. It's from the Goose and Gridiron Tavern, which you can find in St Paul's Churchyard in 1717. In the pub, we can find 4 London lodges. These lodges are groups of Freemasons, and they're still called lodges today. These London lodges have come together to elect a Grand Master to preside over the annual feast that they hold on St John's Day. This is the emergence of Grand Lodge. So we've heard a bit about where Freemasonry began, but who are Freemasons? Well, here at the Museum of Freemasonry, we are often donated the suitcases of members who have passed away. And what's wonderful about that is that we're able to knit together their Masonic life. Here's a really great example. This belonged to Harold Miller. He was a surveyor, and he spent a lot of time travelling away from home. In this suitcase, we have his entire Masonic life, the lodges that he joined, the memorabilia of places that he travelled to. He spent a lot of time travelling across the globe. He went to places such as New Zealand, Israel and Jordan, and he joined lodges in those places. For Harold Miller, being part of Freemasonry was giving him a link to home, back to people that he understood, people that had universal traits such as integrity, respect, friendship and charity. Another suitcase that tells a story that's sort of opposite to Harold is this one of Alfred Allo. He actually came to this country as a refugee during the First World War, and in his 30s he decided that he wanted to become a Mason. This suitcase tells us his Masonic life. We have letters between him and his brothers, we have knowledge of what lodges he joined, we even have a set of tickets for a ladies' evening. A ladies' evening is what a lodge does when they wish to invite their friends and family to come and see what goes on. And Alfred Allo got his family involved in this as well. This really gave him a grounding. It helped him become part of the community in the place that he now called home. One of the best examples of the Masonic values of friendship and respect is Freemasons Hall itself. On the wall behind me you'll see a list of names. These names are the names of lodges and their respective numbers. These lodges gave money to help build the building we're currently standing in. Back in the 1920s, the Duke of Connaught, who was the then Grand Master, decided that the building the Freemasons were currently occupying wasn't up to scratch. He asked the Masons across the UK and some abroad if they would donate their funds and their time to building this building. He wanted the building to mean something, and so the Masonic Peace Memorial, or Freemasons Hall as it's commonly known, was created. The building didn't just receive monetary donations, it also received things like this, these beautiful stained glass windows which were a gift from the province of Monmouthshire. It features iconography that's important to Freemasonry. This shrine was created by Walter Gilbert, and in the centre of the shrine is a scroll. This scroll holds the names of all the brothers of the United Grand Lodge of England who fell during the First World War, and it's those that this building is in honour of. On the shrine we have 4 figures that are important to Masonry. We have Moses, Joshua, King Solomon and St George. On top of the shrine are 4 figures that represent the 4 branches of the armed forces. Above it we have the stained glass window. Now this features the symbol of Freemasons Hall, the Hallstone Jewel. It's an angel, and at her centre she's holding a small model of the building itself. Before you enter Grand Temple, the jewel in the crown here at Freemasons Hall, you'll be greeted by these doors. These doors are 2 solid bronze panels weighing 1¼ tons each. They are perfectly weighted on 5 hinges though, so it only takes 1 finger to push them open. They were designed by Walter Gilbert, who also designed our shrine. On the front of them, you'll see that there are some depictions. This shows the building of King Solomon's Temple, which is an important morality story for Freemasons. Finished in 1933, this amazing Art Deco masterpiece is the centre stage of Freemasonry. This is a building within a building. It's got a courtyard that runs around the outside. It's a square enclosed within a triangle. The main beauty of this room is its Art Deco-ness. It was state of the art at the time. One of the first of its kind to have freestanding balconies, lino flooring, and my favourite, into the actual decoration is built air conditioning vents. It's used as many different things. It's used for Masonic meetings, but it can also be home to the London Fashion Week or used as a film set on occasions. Everything that happens in Grand Lodge happens under the starry sky and the 15-foot coving of mosaic. It's spectacular. Each piece is made up of a piece no bigger than my thumbnail. 30,000 of them. Installed by two Italian men in the 1920s, they lay on their back as they put in each of the single pieces. The coving itself features many depictions of symbols that are important to Freemasons. The north of the coving holds a depiction of Helios, the sun god, traversing the sky. Helios was, during the 1800s, seen as a symbol of enlightenment and education. In the south of the coving, you'll find a crest. This is the crest of the Duke of Connaught. He was the man who was the Grand Master at the time the building was built and helped to make the Million Memorial Fund. On either side of his crest is St. George fighting the dragon. On the west side we have a moon encased by a serpent eating its own tail. This is an old symbol. It's called an Ouroboros, and it's a symbol of wisdom, of eternity, of searching for wisdom in life. Just above where the Grand Master sits, you'll find a ladder depicted. This ladder is Jacob's ladder, and it's the journey to heaven. It's got three symbols on it: a cross, an anchor, and a flaming heart. These represent faith, hope and charity, the great things that will get you to leading a better life and into whatever your form of heaven may be. That concludes our whistle-stop tour of the Museum of Freemasonry and Freemasons Hall. If you'd like to discover more about Freemasonry, why not book a visit? We'd love to show you more.